Hey everyone, Juan here, and today in this video, I wanted to share with you guys some of the biggest mistakes I have made in e-commerce throughout my journey. Now, the reason why I wanted to make this video is because when I first got started, I personally wish I had someone that would have shared their successes and also their failures with me. And I know that I didn't have many people that I could learn from. And so I want to be able to, obviously, for those of you guys that follow me and, have been following me for some time now, I want to be able to share all of my ups and my downs with you guys. So I wanted to start off this video by just showing you guys kind of up to date. I do like a monthly recap showing you guys how the brands that I'm working with, some of the stores that I'm running have done in the previous month and also up to date. So just to kind of get you guys up to speed, this is for this month right now. So we're at 113, and this is not a screenshot. That's me refreshing the Shopify app. Boom. And then, so we're at 113K for the month right now. It's only the 7th, 18th. So we're like roughly halfway through the month. And then I also want to show you guys last month. So last month we did roughly 139,000. But it wasn't, it wasn't always like this. Like I wasn't always able to consistently generate results. You guys can also see, like, I have previous videos showing you guys like how we've done, how we've had lower months and we've done a little bit less revenue. But we have been seeing consistent growth, which is amazing. But I wanted to share with you guys some of the ups and some of the downs. And so in this video, I'm going to be talking about some of the mistakes that I made that I personally wish I could have avoided, and I want to help you guys avoid. So we'll just get right into it because I do have a certain amount I want to cover. For those of you guys that are brand new to the channel, welcome on over. This channel is made, or the focus of this channel is to basically help anyone with e-commerce and entrepreneurship and business overall, and basically help you by showing you guys some of the strategies that I use within my e-commerce business so that hopefully you guys can use it for your own to either start or grow your own business. So, one of the first things that one of the first mistakes I made was not understanding how you can really utilize paid advertising and how it really works. So for me, when I first got started early in e-commerce, roughly 2.5, 3 years ago, the only thing that you really heard about e-commerce is that you would use basically Facebook ads to grow and scale. And obviously, like, that's the most common thing that's talked about. And it makes all the sense because Facebook ads is really powerful. And we use Facebook ads to drive a lot of the traffic that we drive for our business. But one of the things that nobody really talked about is how these different how these different traffic channels actually work combined. For example, how you can use Facebook ads to really focus on like cold traffic and getting in front of new people, while you can also focus on like Google ads and how to get people that are already searching for you, that already know about you, to actually buy from you from Google and actually searching on there. And that's just like a quick example. And the reason why that is because there's basically different intents between those traffic channels. Like Facebook, you're paying to basically get in front of new people, or you can get in front of new people all the time. Well, while with Google, your ads basically show up to people that are searching for you or your products. And the intent of people that buy on Google, for example, is a lot higher, because if somebody's searching for your product or your name, they're typically already ready to buy. They're just looking to make sure they're buying from the right place. So, not capitalizing on both Facebook and Google combined, I would say, is one of the biggest mistakes I've made, because I have shared some of the numbers that we've been able to generate with you guys, like, last month, and also breaking down like up to date how the kind of results we're getting, like using Facebook ads and Google ads combined. And honestly, like thinking back to it, like I could have easily doubled the amount of revenue or the amount of sales I was generating every single month if I would have simply added in, like Google ads on top of like the Facebook ads. Now, at the same time, I don't really blame myself, because it's not easy to, when you're first getting started, learn about Facebook ads and also like learn about Google ads. So I do recommend you focus on one at a time. Like you start off with Facebook ads, then you kind of add in Google ads on top. But nobody spoke of Google ads. I'm telling you guys, 2.5, 3 years ago, there were no videos going over like Google ads and e-commerce and how to combine them with Facebook and how they work side by side, or just anyone really sharing anything about Google. And so it's crazy to kind of see that, because now like we get so much traffic from Google, and like we get way better conversions like from Google ads than we do like sometimes on Facebook ads. And it's crazy to see that, because this whole time like we've been fighting to get better at Facebook ads. to focus on scaling when we could have scaled not only with our Facebook ads, but we could have also scaled within different traffic channels. And so that's one thing that I wanted to share with you guys, like not understanding how these paid advertising channels kind of work hand in hand and how they work overall was one of the biggest mistakes I made. So make sure if you're just getting started, or if you already have an e-commerce business that's up and running, make sure that you think about scaling not only with what you're currently using for traffic. So if you're using Facebook, not only how to scale within Facebook, but how to also scale within other channels. One of the things I do inside of the e-commerce incubator, the e-com incubator is something that I've been working with my business partner Samir, and that's basically where we teach people how they can start and grow their own e-commerce business. But also, like if you're already running an e-commerce business, how you can take it to the next level. And the way that we teach either beginners or people that are already running their own e-commerce businesses is basically with a lot of the things that we're doing, which is like how you can scale across different marketing channels as well, because that is what the big e-commerce companies are doing. Like if you search a lot of these bigger e-commerce brands on Google or if you go on Facebook, you're going to see them on Facebook and Instagram, but you're also going to see them on Google as well. And so that's just something to keep in mind. If you guys want to learn more about the e-com incubator and the e-commerce training that we have, there's going to be a link down below this video. You guys can check out a completely free case study that we have showing you guys everything that you need to know in regards to starting your own e-commerce business and how to transition onto building an actual long-term brand. And you guys can check it out. It's completely up to you guys. It does go into a lot more detail than I'm able to cover in just this one video. So just a heads up, like there's only so much that I can cover here. But I wanted to get into one of the next second mistake that I made in e-commerce, which is huge. And it was really not transitioning onto building a brand fast enough. So again, when I first got started into e-commerce, I was lucky enough to be able to find a winning product or a product that there was a high demand for, luckily within like second week in. But at the same time, it wasn't like I had just started started trying to sell things online or online business like that, 2 weeks in. It's like I had already tried with Facebook ads and I've tried some things before, but gotten no results. It just so happened that with what I had learned before with advertising and marketing, running into the right product and applying what I know, it led to me being able to find a winning product pretty quickly and also scaling it because I kind of already knew about advertising a little bit. I just never had gotten results with it before in other industries that I had tried it. But yeah, so my focus was like, okay, I found this winning product. Like, let me see how I can obviously scale this product to as much as I can and see if it keeps doing well. And so what happened is, as you guys know, if you don't know this, a lot of e-commerce products or a lot of products that you're drop shipping, maybe you may already be drop shipping or you're thinking about drop shipping, all products typically have like a lifetime cycle, specifically in drop shipping, right? So typically a drop ship product that does really well will typically last you about like 4 to 6 months where it like produces great results. And then unless you transition onto coming up with a creative offer or building some kind of brand around the product, the sales typically start to decline because other people start to see like other competitors selling the same product, and like then it gets expensive to keep selling it. And so typically, like when you're drop shipping, once you find a winning product, it typically lasts about 4 to 6 months. Now, I had met with these guys that were selling the same exact product and they were selling it for more, and they were selling more. They were selling it for more, and they were also selling more than we were. So, and by we, I mean me, my business partner Samir. And so when I realized how they were selling the same products for more with 5 to 7 times the margin and also selling more volume of the product, I really had to take a step back and think about what I was doing. And the reason why I wasn't getting those kind of results, selling more of the product and selling the product for more, was because I didn't have really much of a brand built. They had a complete brand built around this product and also other products. And so they were selling a lot more volume and also making a lot more profits per individual unit that they were selling. And so that was one of my biggest mistakes because I didn't learn anything about brand building maybe until like 6 to 7 months into e-commerce, after I had already like tried to scale this product that I had as much as I could. And because of that, I missed out on a huge opportunity because those guys that I had found that were selling the same product as I were, they were doing like crazy numbers. I think they were doing at the time like $300,000 a month. And so it's crazy to see that because now you're starting to hear more about like brand building a brand and the importance of it. And obviously you guys are probably hearing about brands like Movement Watches, Fashion Nova, Pretty Little Thing, all these brands that are like blowing up within the last like year or so, or the last 2 years. But nobody really talks about that, because honestly, those guys that are like blowing up these huge brands, they don't really share much like publicly. Like, yeah, they'll talk about it a little bit, but you're not getting any kind of content in regards to it. And even like some other smaller brands that are also doing really well, like they don't really talk too much about it. And so I never had anyone share the importance with me. So I want to make sure you guys know that the ultimate goal, you coming into e-commerce, whether you're going to start off drop shipping or you're going to try to jump right into building a brand, like the ultimate goal is to have a long-term and sustainable brand. Because when you have a brand and you're able to serve your customers and provide more value, provide faster shipping, have a brand that customers recognize anywhere you go, you know, or whenever they see you online, like that's where the longevity of a sustainable e-commerce business is. And so I want to have you guys understand that, yeah, like some of you guys may get started with dropshipping. That's great. I do recommend, if you're just getting started in e-commerce, you should get started with dropshipping, because you can use dropshipping to learn a lot. But the ultimate goal should be to transition onto that brand, because it has all the upside. You make more, you can charge more for your product, you can have happier customers, you can have a longevity business that is actually sustainable and long term, and it just overall has all the benefits. So I want to make sure, like, if you don't know too much about brand building, check out one of the videos that I have. I'm pretty sure I have a video going over like brand building and, you know, how you can actually do that. So make sure you check that video out. But that's one of the biggest mistakes, because it costed me so much. These mistakes have costed me like thousands of dollars and like hundreds of thousands, I would say. And I want to make sure you guys avoid the same, because if you guys get lucky and once you do find a winning product, you want to make sure that you transition onto trying to build that brand around that product, because it will allow you to, one, increase the lifetime cycle of that product, the amount of consistency in sales that you can have within that individual product, and more. So that's one. Now, the last mistake that I'm going to share with you guys in this video was not understanding how I can leverage the skill sets that I had learned in e-commerce for other possible sources of income. So what I mean by that is, in our e-commerce incubator, we actually have two students specifically, or two clients that we work with, that they basically have gone through all of our trainings and they've gone to actually build their own brands, but they've basically both run into hurdles. That's one of the things when it comes to building a brand, is that it does typically require more capital, because when you're building a brand, you're typically going to invest in like inventory, getting custom content, getting your own custom made products, things like that. And I don't want to get into too much of that in this video, because that's a little bit more advanced. But what I wanted to talk about is they ran into a little bit of a hurdle, right? And the hurdle is that after they had basically launched their brands, they needed more capital for advertising to really like consistently keep selling their products. And what they went ahead and did, which was genius, and this is something that we recommend for a lot of people in the e-commerce space, once you kind of get in and you learn all about e-commerce, is what they did is they obviously needed income to fund their business. And so what they did is they pivoted, rather than trying to kind of let their business like fold and not really do anything and kind of fall to the ground. They went ahead and found other businesses that needed help with their marketing. And what they're doing is they're actually bringing them on as clients, and they're basically servicing them, helping them get more customers, using the same skill sets that they use to basically get sales and generate business for their own e-commerce business. Now, this is huge, because a lot of you guys that are in the e-commerce space, or if you're just getting started, or if you're thinking about getting started in e-commerce, like there's so many different avenues within the skill sets that you learn within e-commerce. Like obviously you can use it for yourself to learn about how to build your own e-commerce business, but what you can also do is you can pivot and you can start a brand new or a completely separate income source by helping other businesses with their marketing, using the same skill sets that you're using for your e-commerce business, running Facebook ads, running Google ads, email marketing, setting up a store. All these skill sets that you learn that you need to build your own e-commerce business can easily be duplicated to help other businesses as well. And so that's something that I never really did, or like nobody really told me, oh, hey, these same skill sets apply to other businesses as well. You just have to basically custom tailor it to their customers and the products that they have. And because of that, it costed me a lot too, because I could have also spent some time, working with other e-commerce businesses. Now, this is something that I do. So now I work with bigger brands now. They basically bring me in, me and my business partner, Samir, and we basically help them with their marketing overall. And literally, it's the same process we're doing, same process that we're using to build our own stores and our own brands. We use it for them, and it's super simple, right? Because it's just a different product, different branding, different packaging, all that stuff, but it's still the same process. So if you are in the e-commerce space, always think about, you want to always keep in mind like what you're doing when it comes to actually building an e-commerce business. It's a lot bigger than just drop shipping and trying to make a quick buck selling products from China. Like, these skill sets that you're learning are super valuable, and they can be used for many different opportunities. So if you're just getting started, make sure you keep that in mind. And if you've already been running your e-commerce business for some time, and maybe you haven't been getting the results you're looking for, keep in mind how you can leverage what you've already learned for other income opportunities for yourself, with the same skill sets you have. Because one of the biggest reasons why I got into the e-commerce space was because of the skill sets that I was going to learn and the longevity within those skill sets. In our day and age, like, every single business needs to know about Facebook advertising, Google ads, landing pages, email marketing, because that's how business is done in our day and age. So that's pretty much it as far as like some of the biggest mistakes that I have other mistakes for sure, but I didn't want to make this video too long or spend too much time covering like some of the others. I thought that some of the mistakes that I just went over are some of the biggest mistakes that I wish I could have learned of early on, and how to kind of avoid them and kind of work around them. But I want to make sure I share them with you guys. So I hope that you guys got value from this video. If you guys did, I'd appreciate it if you dropped a like on the video. If you have any questions about anything that I spoke about in this video, or any other mistakes that you guys want to potentially try to avoid, drop them down in the comments below. If you haven't already, join the family, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.